So my name's Jo and I'm from Social Media Makes Sense, and we work with lots of different organisations. Our primary focus is drama and TV, but we've also worked with the likes of the Chamber in Manchester, the Publicity Association, universities, but we've got Unforgotten Endeavour, Victoria, Poldark, to name but a few of our dramas that we're currently working on. So I was asked here today to talk through a few things of my sort of top tips for you guys on social media. So first of all, why is it important? Okay, so your audience is on there. It doesn't matter who you're speaking to, whether it's factual, entertainment, drama, radio, business to business, business consumer, you can pretty much guarantee that your audience is on social media. I read a stat that 82% of prospects can be found on social media. So if you've got a business of any sort, it's probably likely you can use social media to reach those people. Broadcasters care. They really do care about your presence on social media. They want to know that you have an audience, that audience is engaged, and that audience will come back for more. If you can prove that, you've got a high chance of being recommissioned. It provides a two-way communication, so you can get feedback, you can get live feedback from your audience about your shows that you can then use to change, adapt, especially if it's like reality TV, entertainment, you can change how much airtime somebody gets, etc. But if it's for more like drama, then you can take that feedback for your next series. Or you can ignore them if it's rubbish feedback, obviously. It's free to low cost. That's probably a really important one. I know with anything, budgets are always tight. So social media offers you a huge platform to reach millions of people at relatively low, even free cost. It's a fast way to market yourself. It offers you the opportunity for international engagements as well. We spend a lot of time doing that, so whatever campaign we run for the UK, we then run internationally also. It also provides a legacy for your programme. So even if you are maybe doing a one-off programme, you can put on your best content, you can show how much engagement and reach and appreciation that show got, and that lives and breathes on social media long after you stop airing. Okay, so which platforms would you recommend? I'm going to start with Facebook. Facebook is the big boy. 2.2 billion monthly users worldwide. Just think about that for a second, okay? 33 million monthly UK users, so that's half the UK's population are using Facebook. It has a really complex algorithm, which I'll go into in a minute. They're starting to make some big changes for breaking news. So if you work in anything, a publication, radio station, channel, etc., that has breaking news, you're going to see some massive changes on Facebook in terms of them prioritizing that information. Because of the algorithm, it means that sometimes breaking news gets missed, so they're making changes to make sure that doesn't happen. It's a really high referral platform, so if you've got a product or a service that you want to send people to, a website, etc., you're going to have high success on Facebook. They offer advertising if you've got those bigger budgets and you want to make sure you're reaching the right people. I have never seen a tool like it. Facebook ads for me win every time. You can be so scarily specific, it's insane. Fast way to engage fans. It is slightly more female, so if you're trying to target a female audience, then I would say Facebook. And 25 to 34-year-olds are the biggest users. Young people are on there, don't be fooled. Everyone says, oh, Facebook's dead for young people. Okay, it is a little bit, but not massively. A lot of young people have a profile on Facebook. They use it for stalking. Okay, don't be fooled. They are on there, but they're watching you, not engaging with you. And it's great for short form video content. So if you have the opportunity to reproduce your content in a short form, fast engaging way, then Facebook's definitely the platform for you. Just because I'm conscious of time, I'm talking really fast, so I do apologise. Try and keep up with me. Okay, so the algorithm, a really high level overview here for you, but people are the priority. So Facebook is a business itself. They want us to log in and use it, so therefore our time on there is precious. They want us to have the best experience possible. So how they decide what content you see, no two feeds are the same, by the way. So how they decide the content you see is based on your personal preferences, who you're engaging with the most. So first of all, you're going to see your friends and family, but the ones that you care about the most. Then you're going to see groups. So if you're part of any community group, is anyone part of any community groups out of interest? Yeah, a couple of people. I'm the admin for my sins of our local village, and everyone's so angry about, apologies for this, but dog poo and parking. Those are the two things I have to deal with on a daily basis. And then pages. So lastly, you're going to hear of businesses, which proves a problem when you're a business yourself and you're trying to cut through all of this stuff. So it's really important that you make sure every piece of content you put out hits the nail on the head, gets engagement, and pushes through. If you want to have a quick look at how successful a page is, and I can see a few people writing, this is probably the one thing I would write down out of all of this, don't be in awe of that total fans. So if you go and look at a competitor and you see they've got, I don't know, 10,000 fans on Facebook, and you're at the stage where you've got 100, it feels incredibly threatening. And you think, oh God, I'm never going to reach that. They're winning at social, they've got 10,000 fans. That doesn't necessarily mean anything, okay? What you want to look at is their engagement on every single post. They want to be getting around a 1% engagement rate. If they are not getting a 1% engagement rate, their content's crap. Excuse my language, okay? So if your page, if you've got 100 fans and you're getting 30 likes a post, you are absolutely smashing it. So don't be put off by that big scary number. A like is good, a reaction is better, a comment is even better than that, but a share is the creme de la creme. If you can make content that is so good that individuals take ownership and share it on their profiles to their friends and family, that is going to get you the big numbers. That is going to get you the reach. That is going to get you an audience. Just bear in mind that people have very short attention spans on social. A goldfish has an average attention span of 8 seconds, and the average human has one of 7. Okay? So think that you're talking to a goldfish. When they're scrolling on Facebook, it's the equivalent of driving past a billboard at 60 miles an hour. So keep it short and sweet. Every time you post a link, Facebook penalizes you. They're a business. They don't want you to send people to your website. They want to keep people on their app. So try and use less links and post more native content where you can. Native content just means content that lives on the platform. Now, I hear lots of people saying, this isn't true. Adverts don't reduce organic reach. Organic reach is the reach that you get when you post, naturally, you organically get, versus paid social, basically. But in my experience, if you pay for it, Facebook knows you'll pay for it, and they want more payment, okay? So I try and stay away from using adverts where I can and try and grow our organic reach. How am I doing? Okay, keep going. So, Twitter. Much, much smaller. So remember, 2.2 billion on Facebook, only 330 million users total, that's global, on Twitter. It's a very interactive way for you to engage. Most of our programs, we have a Facebook, a Twitter, and an Instagram. Our Facebook is very much for the best of the best. If we've got some really good video footage, if we've got some beautiful pictures, that's where we share that. Twitter's where we engage with our audience. We reply to them on a daily basis. It allows you up to 280 characters per post, but I'd still keep them short and sweet. Another good referral platform, it is where news breaks. So like I said before, Facebook are making changes to try and bring breaking news more into your feeds, but Twitter is absolutely winning on breaking news. Who here has ever looked up some breaking news on Twitter? Heard a rumor or something and gone to Twitter? Case in point. Do be warned, it is home to trolls, so you are going to hear a lot more negativity on Twitter than you would on Facebook. This is because people can be whatever they want to be on Twitter. On Facebook, I have to be Joe Booth, but on Twitter, I can be Podium 123. Okay, so it gives people a little bit of security. It means they control you. Text, images, and GIFs perform really, really well on Twitter. I am yet to see Twitter video perform as well. It's very popular amongst 18 to 29-year-olds, which often surprises people. It's a bit younger than they think it's going to be. It is slightly more male, and you'll find lots of presenters, celebrities, and show accounts on there. So if you want to get cross-engagement, if you want to get other people shouting about your programs, Twitter, I'd say, is your place to go. Everyone's still with me? Okay. Instagram, 1 billion monthly users. So it's the second largest to Facebook, and it's owned by Facebook, okay? It's huge. It has a massive priority on photo and video content. Branding and branded content does really, really well on Instagram. On Facebook, you try and stay away from overly branding things. People lose attention. If they see your logo for too long on the start of the video, you've lost them. Instagram, they seem to be a bit more forgiving. I'm not quite sure why that is, but it works well there. It's a great tool for editing images at the very least, so you can download the app and use it to edit and make your pictures better. You can offer stories which expire after 24 hours. So they're a really nice way of giving your audience something special, something extra, but isn't staying on your page. It goes away. So you can either give them the FOMO, the fear of missing out. So we're going to do a story at this time. Come tune in, see it. Get it whilst it's there or it's gone. You can highlight those moments. Or if you have longer form content in vertical, so they filmed it this way, you can use IGTV, which is an extension of their app, okay? You can upload from a minute to 10 minutes worth of content. If you're verified, you can do up to an hour. So it's becoming its own sort of TV channel. It also works off the similar algorithm to Facebook because it's owned by Facebook. So you need to make sure that good content thrives and wins on there, okay? You need likes and comments. I've got a little graph for you here about who's on. So out of the total that says 800,000, it's now up to 1 billion, so bear with it. 245 million 18 to 24-year-olds and 234 million 25 to 34-year-olds. Most people think it's a 13 to 17-year-olds platform, but actually it's slightly older than I think most people think it is. But still, if you're looking for younger audience, this is the app I would be using. Okay, so really quickly on strategy. Most important part of any strategy is you need to sound relatable. It doesn't matter what you're talking about, but you have to say it in a way that's relatable to the audience you are trying to tell it to. So create a persona, create a tone of voice, get into their shoes. Everything you do should sound like them. Just going to give you a quick example. So this is what we do. We think, who is our target audience? We describe them, what do they look like, where do they live, where do they shop, what are they interested in, do they use emojis, what kind of language do they use, etc. And we literally draw stick men. Yeah. It's really high-tech stuff, okay? So here you go. Poldark is called Joe. The girls all laugh about that, but I was the first person to start the account, and therefore Poldark tends to have a tone of voice like Joe. So, but our Endeavour account is called Bert. Bert doesn't use slang. Bert says chaps. He doesn't say hey guys, etc. And it just means that everybody in the office can sound like the Endeavour page by just looking up, taking a glance at Bert and going, right, I'm in my Endeavour shoes now. This is how this account sounds. It's so easy, but so many people don't do it, and that's where you get lots of different people posting, and it sounds like it. So I'm a big fan of the stick people. Okay, sorry. What content does your audience find relatable? Is it funny? Is it serious? Is it interesting? You know, if you're doing politics, you're probably not going to be a laugh a minute, no offense, not going to be a laugh a minute with it, because it's just not appropriate. I don't want a comedian for a prime minister, right? However, if I'm looking at I know, I knew what I said. If I'm promoting Poldark though, you know, probably a little light mood, sense of humour, behind the scenes stuff with cast and crew. Yes, that's what I'm going to love. That's what I'm going to want to hear about. So think about what kind of content is going to be relatable to them. These are the 10 top things people share on social media. So we like cute. We like cute puppy dogs, cute babies, cute rabbits, whatever. We like to see people succeed. We like in for the win. But equally, we like to see people fail, which I think is really telling about us. We love things that make us laugh out loud, things that shock us, oh my God, water cooler, things that we can discuss when we get to work that make us sound like we're in the know. We love a water cooler moment. I personally love a life hack. If I see a life hack, I am sharing it, okay? Celebrity as peer, things that move us and things that make us think about the past, nostalgia. So if you can think of any way your content can relate into those top 10 shareable content, you're onto a winner. Okay, most important factor is the time of day. Think about when your audience are online. The most common question I ever get asked is, when should we post? What time of day should we post our content? Well, I don't know the answer to that. You should know the answer to that, okay? Get into your audience's shoes. Are they working? If they're working, they're probably not on Facebook between 9 and 5, or they shouldn't be anyway, okay? They probably are on Facebook on their commute to work, after work, and when the kids are in bed. So think about their lives and try and relate your content to what they're doing. That's going to increase your engagement through the roof. Some top tips for you here. Be authentic. You don't always have to be original, but you do have to be authentic. And again, that goes back to your tone of voice and how you kind of present yourself on there. Make sure it sounds right for the platform. Use familiar language, reply to comments good and bad. Now, what I mean by that is if someone gives you oh, well done, pat on the back, I got my minute. If someone gives you a pat on the back, thank them for it. It's rude not to. If someone says, I don't like Poldark, it's the worst thing on TV, I'm not going to change your mind by arguing back as Poldark, okay? Actually, I think you'll find we've got 10 million viewers. It's just not going to change your opinion, okay? So I wouldn't reply to that. However, if I was a company and someone was complaining about a service or a product, then yes, I absolutely would. Don't leave it too long. Engage with others, reward loyalty, share all this content, be topical, short and sweet. These are some tools that you should look up when I've got off the stage. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jo.